Alright. It was gonna be like that.
It's gonna be like that. It'll always be like that.
If it's gonna be like that, sometimes it be like that.
I thought you were gonna launch to a song and then you didn't.
No.
You had like some music there, but then it just never carried through.
No, sometimes you just gotta let the music flow through you.
You just gotta let it flow, 'cause you only need the song when you start the show. Only need to rhyme when you don't know where to go. Only watch this podcast when it's kind of slow. You got nothing to do. Nothing to do. I don't know why I did that. I'm an idiot. Let's just emphasize.
That's not true. We've actually got a lot of viewership over the last week.
That doesn't mean I'm not an idiot. Doesn't mean I don't know why I'm doing this.
Oh, well, yeah, but I mean...
The song specifically, not the podcast.
Clearly people are watching because they want to watch.
No, it's all because I keep posting on the gram, yo.
You gotta get that gram. That
we got, that picture I just took, we already got like 7 likes on it.
Oh, really?
Like,
Sweet.
Just from random accounts.
Cool stuff.
Gotta love it. Will they turn the viewers? Probably not, but 7 of you did. We got 7 new subscribers.
Welcome to the club.
Plus that OG from New Year's, something I forgot about you. You watched my Despacito video. Probably not watching this, but thanks, man. I appreciate it. Despacito. I'm an idiot. Why do I do stuff like this?
Dude, I don't know. You got the zany going on today.
I always have the zany going on.
But
How's this song? Because I'm tiny, I'm toony, I'm all little loony. So it eventually gets into the zany, but that's the song that I was going for.
Yeah.
That's where the zany comes in.
Yeah.
Tiny Toon Adventures. But this isn't Tiny Toon Adventures. This is the Internet Scholars Podcast here. Episode 30. You got your mic. You got the co-host.
The Rob.
Oh, is that your name? I need to update my contact real quick.
I'm Darren Barron.
Your name's Aaron. I've been calling you Darren this whole time.
Darren or nothing this whole time.
Go check out that Funhouse video. I think we mentioned it last week too. It's a lot better than this.
Oh,
Go check it out. It's funny. It's funny as hell.
It's hilarious.
I hope that slurp made it into the microphone.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just
that full like sound effect. You know what's going on. I'd say if you're listening on audio, but we don't post the audio link anymore. Ever since this guy took over the publishing, because and I don't know if he knows how. I never told him to. But
I was gonna say you never told me to.
But also, I mean, like we had the SoundCloud going. You should have known about it. I told you I was posting the SoundCloud.
I don't think I had the login information.
Nah, I don't know. I wonder what the last SoundCloud one that got on there was.
Oh God, it was probably back in October.
Well, I mean
pre-October.
I mean, between November and last week, there weren't a lot of podcasts going up anyway, so that's not saying much.
Did you put the Despacito on the SoundCloud?
Despacito went on the SoundCloud. I don't think the
High Hopes.
I don't think that Swing High. All right, the parody to High Hopes went up on there. Go check that out on our YouTube. And there's also the actual High Hopes, like just recreated in Spider-Man. But then I have the full parody. He swings high.
Yeah.
You gotta swing high, high, high for the city.
Yeah.
Are the lyrics that I made, because again I'm an idiot and I like making dumb content.
Spider-Man wouldn't do good at defending a cornfield in Idaho.
I mean, he would be able to defend the spot that he was in originally, because he can kick ass. It's getting to the other side of the cornfield. That he's
just swinging around the one clock tower in the middle of this farm town. No, come closer! I can't save you if you.
Yeah, I would mention the scene from Homecoming, but you've never seen it because apparently you hate to have a good time.
I got a backlog of stuff,
Yeah, but I mean, like I think that's on Netflix too, and it's the fucking John Hughes movies, but with Spider-Man.
I think it was. I think it is on Netflix.
Yeah, you haven't seen Black Panther? I know that's on Netflix.
Yeah, but those are the only two. I shortened up the list of movies I've missed.
Oh yeah, have you seen the Incredible Hulk?
Yeah.
That Norton one?
Yeah.
Okay. That's one a lot of people don't think about.
Yeah, no, I saw that one.
Did you see Thor 2 Dark World?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, that was not a great one. Did you finally see both Guardians movies?
Oh, nope, there
you go. There it is. I knew that there was a missing hole in there somewhere.
There it was.
Okay, we stumbled upon that. How we start this podcast off, Rob?
With a little bit of...
A little bit of Monica in my life. A little bit of Rita by my... No? You're not going to Mambo number 5 with me? This is the first time anyone's ever been set up to go into Mambo number 5.
You didn't commit. I had a joke, but you didn't commit to the song.
I did commit to
Because
the
when
song,
you
but
got
then
when you got to
but
the
then you
when you
jumped
got
out.
when you got to the end of it,
Because your face wasn't saying I'm getting ready for a joke. It was more like,
when you got
why
to,
am I fucking here?
when you got to the end of it, I was gonna be like, "Wow, Mike, here I was thinking you were a friend who would introduce me to all these women."
Nah, man, I'm selfish like that.
Oh,
But no, we started the podcast off with a good session of What's Been Up, Yo? The one time I yell in the podcast.
so I'm finally adjusting to my mostly nocturnal sleep schedule.
Not sleeping, yeah.
Yep, yep. It's not fun, but I'm doing it. Hopefully that'll all end tomorrow with a doctor.
Are you doing it for the Vine?
No.
Because you shouldn't. Vine's dead.
Yeah, Vine's
Alright,
dead.
Let's make sure you're aware.
R.I.P.
I'm not sure if you missed it.
I really miss Vine though.
Oh, that is 2 more likes on that Instagram photo.
I think Vine was a pinnacle of social interaction that we just don't have anymore. Because, I mean, nobody goes on YouTube.
Actually, the ones that follow. New follower on my Instagram.
Oh, cool stuff. Nobody goes on YouTube to watch 6-second long videos, you know what I mean?
I mean, that's because all the dangerous pranks got removed. Not allowed to upload them anymore. R.I.P. R.I.P. what YouTube was for.
Yeah, right. Right. But, other than that, been playing a little bit of, been streaming. I'm climbing, I'm almost to affiliate. And it only occurred to me last night that mentioning the stream didn't actually give anybody the information for the stream. So if you're interested in watching me stream, and Mike is normally there playing too, twitch.com/Remundi, REMUNDI.
I was so hoping you weren't going to spell it out, and then I was going to make like a joke about how there's no way they're going to know how to fucking spell it. But then you followed through.
So check that out, because I've been doing a lot of that.
Again, since you are in charge of publishing, you can link it into there.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I do go in and normally change the description and shit.
Can I do like the fucking pop up on the screen?
I mean, you can, but I mean, I haven't done that shit in forever, so that's all you if you want to figure it out.
I might do it for that.
I think I may have done like our early YouTube videos,
and
like pre-relaunch.
If I do, it'll be somewhere over there. We both know I'm not going to do it.
No, I loved if you would have done it, because if you would have done it, I would have went back in and so you put it there, and then like it'd just be on the complete like opposite corner. Comedy.
Mike,
that's my name.
I have to tell you something.
If you're just gonna say what's been up, yo, like that's all that's been going on this week? You don't got anything else?
No.
What a boring life.
No,
okay.
I'm leading into a new thing.
New thing. What do you got to tell me, man?
Mike, I've fallen in love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With?
And it's been a long time since I felt the kind of love I'm feeling right now.
All right.
And
waiting for the payoff.
I think it takes a very special type of MMORPG to induce me into this kind of love that I'm feeling right now.
You started playing WoW.
No, I have standards. I started playing Final Fantasy 14, and I haven't had a good experience with MMORPG since fucking EverQuest 2.
I remember the last time I got into MMORPG. Nope, I don't. I forgot. It never happened.
That's unfortunate.
Have a conversation real quick. Go talk to your granddad. He muted the mic. I wasn't actually saying anything. This is just going to be me vamping for a little bit. I don't do MMOs for the most part just because I don't want to be addicted. And I know I have that kind of personality where I could be, so I don't play it. I played WoW for a very minimal amount of time. The closest thing to like an MMO I would do would be like Destiny. I guess that was close. If anyone's listening out there, RuneScape sucks. I'm judging you if you play RuneScape. I know lots of people play RuneScape, so I'm doing that. Rob's back now. He's going to talk about Final Fantasy 14 some more. Here we go.
So what were you doing talking about the fact that you've never played an MMORPG?
Yeah, I'm not an MMORPG person.
It's got a good good class progression system. The world is beautiful. The story is exactly what you expect from a Final Fantasy game, which means it is
driving around with my bros in a car.
Wonderful. There are motorcycles.
But I don't get to drive around with my bros in a car.
Well, I mean, you can.
I'm out.
Stop.
Do I at least get to think I'm Zach, but then I find out I'm Cloud? Oh, we have like 7. He's never played 7 or 8. Yeah, have you played 8?
No.
I don't think he's played 6.
1 through 4.
Hasn't played 13.
9. I played...
The sequels to 13.
I played 13. There's
Never
not
played
13
12,
to
I
it.
bet.
Played 12.
Did you?
It was either 12 or 11.
11 was the MMO.
Oh,
believe.
11 was an MMO?
I believe 11 was
Was
an MMO.
was 12's whole job system based on, like, orbs or some shit?
I believe so.
Yeah, then I did play 12.
12 is the one they just recently re-released. I think it's coming to Switch soon, in April.
Oh, that'll be nice. That'll be nice.
Yeah, I think because that, 7, and 9 are all coming to Switch.
But anyway,
And the 13 trilogy.
I'm having a blast with it. And I'm not even out of the starting city yet. I'm having a blast with it. It looks fun, and I'm really looking to sink some of these long nights into it to try and give me something to do. So,
Another lie.
has there been anything else?
You download 2 new apps to your phone.
Don't shame me. Don't shame me.
I'm not sure which one's worse.
We're not going to say what the other one is, but I have to think that the JonTron soundboard is definitely worse than the other thing.
Is it, though? Is it?
Oh, I forgot you got Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, I have it.
Shit, we'd play it if I remembered you had it.
I have it, but, like, I don't know, it was, like, shaky when I was doing it on my laptop. I need to get a real PC.
Ah,
I also need money. And a job I don't hate.
yeah.
And someone that loves me back. Or just likes me back would be nice.
Okay.
Just once in a while. I'm never good enough for anyone.
Mike, I like you.
Yeah, I'm not like that.
Oh.
And if you do, I'm sorry. I don't feel that way. It's like the conversation we had last night. I suck. That was my conclusion I got to.
Oh, the
I
one.
sucked so bad we were in the middle of a conversation, then he passed the fuck out.
The one-
He didn't want to help and console me anymore. He was like...
The one that
"Oh,
we
fuck
were
you,
having
Mike,
when I
stop."
passed out with my head against the arm of the couch hanging off my bed.
Yep.
I
I'm
want
like,
you
man,
to-
Mike, your life's that pathetic.
I know. I want you to know. I want you to know that I was laying there. I was laying there awake, acting like I was passed out for like a good 3 or 4 minute period, just to see if you would try to wake me up. And then I actually passed out.
Were you up when I was poking you in the arm?
Yeah, I felt you poke me in the arm.
Yeah, I was trying to help you so you didn't like leave your head there, but then you decided to stay, and I was like, whatever.
I
didn't care that much.
I actually passed out. My head didn't hurt this morning.
That's because you rolled over.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Eventually. I figured. But,
You rolled over before I passed out, I think. No, you're still passed out and I passed out. There. Then one of the times I got up. Like, because I like wake up and fall asleep really easily in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
It's like when I wake up in the middle of the night, it's not like that big of a deal. It's like, okay, turn over, sleep.
Yeah, see, for me, it's a 50-50 card draw. If I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm
Very, very, very rare. Like, the only times like where I would stay up is if like I had like a crazy ass fucking dream.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
all right, I guess I'll stay up and analyze this. Why do I hate me? That's mostly what my analysis is. Because everyone else does. It's a podcast, man. I gotta talk about this shit somewhere.
So, Mike, what's been up, yo? Yes, tentatively.
The temperature has not been up. It's been kind of cold. In a nice way.
Oh, glorious.
Very nice out,
Glorious
usually.
way.
My depressive thoughts. And then I should get to the other stuff. The actual, like, stuff that's been going on.
No, but I feel that first.
Stop judging me.
I'm not. I feel you, dude. This last week was hard.
First thing I got written is fuck work.
Yep. Yep.
On not Saturday because I didn't go to work Saturday. I should have, but I didn't. Went somewhere else. On Friday night, my department manager decided to work nights to spy on us.
Oh.
Which it's like you told me like
We know you're there. Like.
no, it's like she told me the day before that she was closing with me, so it's like not really spying on me, but like apparently she had told someone else who works somewhere. She's like, "Oh, I'm going to go to lunch now. That way I'll get back and catch them in the middle of whatever the fuck they're doing." And it's like I didn't care. I was doing the same thing no matter what. But like just the having a 19-year-old boss, quote unquote. I mean,
Yeah.
she has to go someone else to get me in trouble or anything, but that thinks she knows how to do my job better than me.
He's been doing it for how long?
Like 3 years.
Yeah.
It's like, no, trust me, it's the fastest way to get this shit done. It's like, But like I work in the dairy department. It's like the most important thing is to make sure that milk and eggs is good at all times. And she's like I'd sent one of the other people to do eggs when they first got in, so like go check it, make sure it's good. Well, I was doing a pig cart that had been there for 4 days, and she's like, "Oh, you guys are supposed to be doing claims right now. It says so on the board." And it was like, "Yeah, but claims can be done later. Claims doesn't affect the customer. Like, if the customer wants the eggs, they're not there, then they're not going to be able to buy it. If the customer wants the bread and it's not there, they're not going to be able to buy it. The customer's not going to be like, hey, I went into your back room and saw the claims was a fucking mess." Like, just that whole thing, it was like,
yeah, especially if you work
set me
evenings.
off.
If you work evenings and you get there around 2 or 3, I mean, everybody's stopping at the store on their way home around 4 or 5.
I mean, I come in at 5
5 or
half the
6.
time, and eggs are completely, like, empty.
No,
and it's
you
like,
can't.
Like, I've taken pictures before and showed some of the other people, and it's like, just that whole thing, just, I don't know. I don't care about my job the least bit. I'm just waiting for them to push me over the edge to where I quit. I love it. I love it. I won't know what I'm going to do after that, but I'll love that moment.
You gonna face repercussions from your parents?
I am, maybe, but I don't care about that either.
Fair.
Yay life. Next up, I'm playing Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep.
Yeah.
I'm trying platinum that on the platinum train. I started that like Tuesday, I think, just about, like, because I don't think I'd started when we did the podcast last week, so I think Tuesday was my first day, like, actually going for it. And I put about like 40 hours into it since then.
Jesus.
I put about 10 hours into video games from October until this point, not counting Smash, because Smash I mostly played at other people's places, and that's just like, that's a different kind of gaming. Or it's kind of like I don't count like Jackbox or something like that when I'm just like,
yeah.
But like actual like single player, just sitting there and playing games, like maybe like 10 hours in those like 3 months. But like, when did Red Dead come out? At the beginning of October or at the end? Whenever Red Dead came out, I put like 30 hours into it when it first came out.
It was like mid-October.
Right, so then after that first like big chunk of playing Red Dead, like maybe like 10 hours of video games until this last week, I put 40 hours in, beat all the games on Critical, which is the hard part, quote unquote, but now it's the time-consuming part of having to do all this side shit with every character, because you have to complete the reports with every character.
You have to go back through on another save or like a new game plus?
I can just I just load up the what happens is when you beat the final boss, it comes through and you get a clear save file. So now that I have that cleared game save file, I can go back in there and it takes you right to the save before the final boss.
Oh, but it gives you credit.
And then you can go back through and like, you have to beat the final boss, the secret episode, and the final episode, all to like unlock all the like extra mini bosses. And if you have all those save files, they unlock in the main game clear files.
I got you.
So you have to go back through those and get all the commands, get all the finished things, do all the races, all the football courses, all the board game things, because they have like the board game thing, and there's like pretty cool. You have like it's basically like a mini Monopoly, and you can also like raise up your skills and stuff through that. But there's like 7 boards, you gotta clear through like all 7 of them one time.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
What?
Just games and mini games.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's not the fact that like they're all good, like they have like a Mario Kart-esque like race thing. I think that's probably the weakest mini game. I mean, like all the mini games are good. It's just the fact that I have to do them all to completion with all 3 characters, because they each have to get the reports separately. Like if the trophy was just like, hey,
do it on one.
Do it on, yeah. And then there's these like dumb unversed, which they're missions. They're technically like mini games. Like one of them, like you have to take out X number of this one unverse that just like runs around super fast.
Yeah.
So like you basically just have to equip yourself with like a bunch of like dash commands. Like they're really easy to kill, but so it's like it's not a mini game, but it's kind of a mini game. And then there's like one where like you got like a it's like the Kingdom Hearts 2 mini game from the beginning, where like you gotta like knock the balls out of them and then get like the most balls at the end.
Yeah.
And there's like an unverse that has that. You gotta do that. So there's a bunch of stuff like that where it's just like I completed them all with one of the characters. Now I gotta do the other 2, and it's gonna be time consuming. I still probably got like another like 20 hours of gameplay left to get through all that. But enjoying it. I realized I fucking love Birth by Sleep. It's still my favorite Kingdom Hearts game.
That actually reminds me, when I was digging on Final Fantasy XIV, one of the things that I saw that really piqued my interest too is they've got mini games from the canon games
and non-games.
So they've got like Chocobo Racing, one other one that I didn't recognize the name
Blitzball.
to. No, unfortunately not. But the third one is the card game that I know was at least featured in like 9.
Card game.
It was totally optional, but there were like unlocks and stuff you could get
Not
for it.
familiar. It might have been in 9. It's been a long time since I played 9.
But it was like the monsters on the grid, and they could attack. Each card had like directionals on it, so.
Oh,
like,
Duelist of the Roses.
No. Anyway, I'm looking forward to that too. But back to me not railroading you.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep is the best. Right? And hopefully I'll be able to finish platinum that and go through all of Kingdom Hearts 2 and platinum that in a week, because we're a week away from Kingdom Hearts 3. Can't wait. Have the whole week off work.
This week?
Stoked.
Or
No, next week.
Oh, after it comes out.
Next week. My last day is Thursday. I'm off this Friday, and I'm off until the following Tuesday. So I not the Tuesday right after that Friday, but the Tuesday that's after the week that's after that Friday.
So, important question.
Yeah.
Am I going to break you out of the Kingdom Hearts world long enough to do a podcast?
Well, we're doing a podcast next week.
Oh, okay.
Well, first off, it doesn't come out till Tuesday, so we'll do the podcast on Monday.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, hopefully, I don't know if I'm going to do content with it. I haven't decided, or if I just want to like have like a pure, just playthrough experience. But I also plan, since I have that whole week off, to get some other content in.
Definitely.
We're gonna finish Detroit. That's on the docket. Probably gonna be the first Let's Play thing we do. I want to play Bendy. Looks cool.
Detroit. We could revisit Way Out.
Yeah, we can do. I don't know if I want to do that right after Detroit or what. I don't know. We're gonna have a more solid plan with the content when we come out with the content. And I also want to launch that second podcast. I want to try to have that up.
The second podcast.
The second podcast that we're gonna be doing.
What second podcast?
We've talked about this. What's the other podcast I want to do?
Oh, I thought we were doing that as a part of this. I didn't know we were
No,
doing
that is a second podcast. We're gonna do that
okay.
individually.
Okay.
That's why it's bi-weekly. That's gonna be a second podcast. I want to have that recorded and up by next Friday.
And that's something
Because next Friday is the 1st, right?
What's today, Monday?
Today's Monday.
No, next Friday will be the 26th.
Not this coming Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Next Friday.
Yeah.
I want to have that by
after.
then. I want to have start that in the first week of February and then do that bi-weekly. Don't want to announce what that is yet, but it'll be good. It'll be a good podcast.
We probably don't have to. We can probably record that ahead too.
That's what I'm saying. Like I said, that's
Yeah.
I just want to, like, if you're free Friday, we might be able to do it. So I'm off Friday.
It'll depend. I don't think I've got anything going on.
And because I have access to DC Universe Online, we have access to the movie that we're doing first. It will be a movie-focused podcast. That is all I'm giving away.
Have you looked into Titans yet?
I have not. I have not checked out anything on it. I just got the login, made sure it worked. And,
okay.
I haven't dived into anything.
Okay.
I don't know if I'll dive into Titans next because I want to watch Punisher, even though it's almost certainly going to get canceled just because
Definitely
Netflix Marvel thing. Yeah, so I have the talking about the content that we're going to have come out on the list of what's been up, yo. I don't know why. What I did Saturday, instead of going to work, because work sucks, as we established before Kingdom Hearts, is I went to one of my buddy's engagement parties. That was fun.
That's nice.
Got drunk, played dominoes.
Mm-hmm.
Was really good at dominoes, and then got really bad at dominoes. Well, I mean, that is that we're playing. I don't know the official name of this game of dominoes, but you play with 0s to 6s. And you play in teams, and you try to get rid of all your dominoes before they can, and block them from doing dominoes. And then
I got you.
You load up the points. Then first team to 200 loses.
Mm.
And me and my partner won like the first 6 rounds.
No, nice.
And lost. Wound up losing the game because they came back hard. I blame Lonnie because Lonnie took over for one round for my partner and started off with fucking double ones. That's a horrible way to start off.
Yeah, that's a bad.
Because the points that are added up are the points of all the dominoes that are left. That are knocked out. So,
yeah. You should definitely not worry about getting rid of that double one.
Yeah, my buddy's sisters are the best. because they complimented my singing both separately. It was amazing. So, as you can tell by this podcast, I sing a lot.
Yeah.
And I was just singing, and the one was like, "Oh man, you're really fucking good." And the other sis was there. The other sis got there, and I continued to sing some more. And they're like, "Oh, you're really fucking good." And the other sis was like, "Yeah, I know. I told him." And I was like, "Yeah, man, that's awesome. That's just awesome to get that compliment." Because my true friends never compliment my singing. It hurts me. So I have to look towards strangers, or mostly strangers, to get compliments about anything. Because no one ever really backs me up and says, "Hey, Mike, you're really good. You should know that."
Well, then, first off, they don't get much stranger than me. Second of all, ba-dum-bum.
I'm waiting for the second of all.
The second of all was the ba-dum-bum. Wait for it. Tiss.
Oh. Like I said, never get compliments from my friends or anything. It doesn't keep me up late at night, along with all the other thoughts that have been established in this podcast already.
Mike, you are worthy of love.
I don't think I am. Don't worry, I don't just guilt trip you with a never getting compliment on singing, because after the engaged party, good times, we made pasta.
Yeah.
Delicious. Made a Publix run because we couldn't make a Walmart run because it called out. That time he's like, "I'm like, you going with this store?" And I was like, "It depends. Where are you going?" And they're like, "You called out, right?" But then after that, I went to the bar and hung out with some friends, and I also guilt tripped Brittany about never complimenting about singing by telling the same story. I just want compliments, guys. Also at the bar, I got a random compliment of skinny. Thank you.
That always feels good.
Yeah, because Brittany was complaining, "Oh, I'm skinny, so I'm a lightweight." And someone was like, "You don't see Mike complaining." And I was like, "Thank you." I got a little like, "Aw." Like, I think I actually verbally said, "Aw."
Or did they mean you were complaining about Brittany being a lightweight?
No, that wasn't that. Not in that scenario. Let's not get into that subject. Is that the door you want to open?
No.
Are we gonna open the box right now?
No.
But yes, the bar was also a good time. My buddy Deontay, it was his first bar experience since he just recently turned 21.
Magical time.
Oh, he had a great time. He got really drunk. He was on stage. Just like at one point, like some of the bar, Keith was singing a song and fucking he just went up there and just started singing with him. Like he got a mic and like. I can't remember the song, but like they did like the back-to-back singing at one point. And I just had to give Keith props afterwards. Like, I love how you just fucking rolled with it. Like, just went with it. What else do I got on this list? I did pre-release this weekend for Magic the Gathering. Guilds of Ravnica Allegiance, I believe is the name of this expansion.
Yeah.
And there's about like 30-something people there. We broke into 3 brackets of like 12, 13 each. And I won my bracket. 4-0. Didn't lose a single match and only lost 2 games. 2 games overall. One because the guy was just way better than me.
Yeah.
The other because of bad mana decisions. I had an opening hand of 3 land, which isn't bad.
That's I was gonna say that's generally a good.
But I had
hand.
no forests. I was playing a tricolored land deck.
Yeah.
And because Guilds of Ravnica is based all around the guilds. So most of the cards, there's not as many mono cards in the packs. There's more, So most of my cards were either red-green or blue-green, and I didn't have the green. Made it a bit difficult. By the time I mulliganed, which was probably like 5-6 turns in, I was still 7 turns away from land. Away from a forest.
And that's on a 40-card deck.
That's on a 40-card deck.
Oof,
yeah.
Boy.
I had a 40 even.
Boy.
Nice. I have more forests in there than any other land. I had more gate cards that have forests than any other gate, and was still that far away from it. So there's some bad land distribution that I should have mulliganed, but I was like 3 land, and I only really need 1 forest because I don't have a lot of like multiple forest cards, so I kept.
I got a question for you.
I may have an answer.
When you played Arena,
yes,
did they lock you to 60 cards in your deck?
I never made a deck. I just used all the.
I was playing the other night, and all of a sudden I looked up and I realized, it was a good hand. We were going back and forth or whatever, but it just seemed like the guy or girl, could not get what he needed.
What, were you trying to say there's only 2 genders?
What he needed to pop off. And then I looked up and I realized he had like 72 cards in his deck.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I never made any of the decks in arenas. I just the only time I made decks, I did a couple of sealed tournaments on it. So obviously, I made a deck from the sealed
shield cards.
Yeah,
I have not made a deck just because, like, when I did Arena, it was mostly like, oh, I have like 30 minutes to kill.
yeah.
Let me just play like a couple quick matches of the pre-constructed shit. And most of the pre-constructed decks were fun to play. So
Yeah, I did when I
some of them were shit.
When I started playing, I made like a green white deck, and I actually rolled face on it pretty consistently. But then I got the Saprolings precon, and I was like, oh, this is the deck I would have if I had the money to dump into a deck for standard. So after that, I've just kind of been bouncing around from
I really like
precon to precon.
The Wrath of Mages.
Oh, what color is that?
One that's red and blue.
Oh yeah, is it? Yeah.
The like big killer card in there is the Flying Dragon, who's an X4, where X is the number of sorcery and instants in your graveyard.
Yeah.
Because you can you declare the blockers and they think they got you, and then you just
Flash him.
Fucking instant. Instant.
Flash him in. Yeah.
That's not the flashing him in. It's not the fact that he comes in.
He
can be like a 3/4,
3/4,
so then they're blocking him, and then you just cast an instant.
I thought you meant his cost was X.
No. His attack is X.
Oh, okay.
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, is that?
And then Gutter Snipes off.
Oh, is that Enigma? Is that Enigma Drake?
Yeah, Enigma
Drake. Yeah.
I fucking love Enigma Drake.
Yeah, I ran a deck with him in standard.
Yeah, that was
for a while.
fun.
He's
and then,
a good card.
Then the white. I think it was white, black, the one that's like based on life gain and your creatures gaining.
Yeah.
That was a fun deck to play.
Yeah.
I want to get back into. Actually, I want to do Arena. If they still got the pre-release tournament up, I want to give the pre-release in Arena a go. Because I wound up playing a Simic. Simic is the white. Is the blue green.
I believe.
Civic is the pre-release kit I got, and I didn't pull enough Civic to run mono Civic, which is why I went mostly running Gruul with Civic thrown in.
Yeah.
Guild control. It was a lot of gates. I just built around gates basically, gates and counters. But I wanted to play Rakdos, but they did not have a Rakdos available.
Rakdos is black red, isn't it?
Black red, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rakdos, like their whole mechanic is miracle costs now. They're spectacle costs.
Okay.
A lot of the cards in that have a spectacle cost. These spectacle costs can only be activated like if your opponent's taken damage. So they have like a lot of cards that do like that ping you for like 1 or 2, and then you can get the bigger cards out for.
I got you.
Like 1-2 drops. And
yeah,
shit like
that. That's.
And then sometimes spectacle cost is more, but then it's like a bigger effect. So it's like it's a cool mechanic.
I'm fixing to start making another commander deck. I gotta. My issue with commander is I've got to get a commander deck that's like got actual mechanics, like the dragons deck. Obviously, if I can get a couple key dragons out, I can start swiping for big damage. But
your dragon deck had me against the wizards deck if I didn't have fucking Galecaster.
Oh no, I did. I had you, dude. Trust me, because.
But then I played Galecaster.
Not only that, and if I had a card in my hand that I would have thrown on you.
See, here's
if I had drawn it about 6 turns sooner, that could have stopped you.
What you should have done is you should have waited until you had enough damage on board, because I was determined to wait to use my counter to save my Galecaster.
Yeah.
So you should have waited until I had a that you had enough damage on board to where you would have had me, because I wasn't going to wipe the board until I knew I could keep my Galecaster.
No, I was having.
We played Commander yesterday.
I was having trouble keeping a board up with you popping everything back to my hand.
That's what, but before I got the other wizards out, if you remember, like we had that like stalemate like 3-4 turns in a row, where we were just passing back and forth.
Yeah.
If you would have been able to, because I didn't have the counter to counter a creature spell at that time.
See, that's what I was worried about, was you bouncing, because the dragons I had in my hand could have undone you, but it was a matter of I didn't want to throw them and have them bounce to the graveyard. And then like the last turn right before I finally just scooped, I pulled Torment of the Scarabs, which I don't think you would have been
What's
able.
Torment of the Scarabs?
It's a enchantment. I would have cast it on you, and then every turn on your upkeep, you would have had to have either sacrificed. Well, you would have had to have sacrificed a permanent, but if you couldn't sacrifice a permanent, it was going to ping you for 3. And there was that stretch where all you had was Galecaster, and if I could have had it on you then, at least it would have made you bounce Galecaster back to your hand, so I could have had.
No, I
board,
would have.
so to speak.
An enchantment is a permanent, so I would have just bounced that back to your hand.
Ah, that's fair. That's fair.
If I was in that scenario, Galecaster, I can't bounce myself back to my hand. If I could have done that, I would have done that sooner.
You can't bounce Galecaster.
Only cards your opponent controls.
Oh, yeah. See, I got you. Well, even still, if I'd had that enchantment, it would have been enough to keep you off of my Gilded Lotus or my Commander Sphere or something like that, so that I would have had the mana to get stuff on the board. It would have made you have to manage threat, which was just not something I had at the time.
No, once I was able to basically once I got to the stretch where I was getting your mana rocks back into your hand, you were fucked at that point.
Oh yeah.
Because you would just cast the mana to put the mana out, and get it bounce right back to your hand.
All I could hope to do was
Galecaster is a sick card.
Pull.
It's, if you're running Wizard's Tribal, that's a sick
was
card.
pull like Crux of Fate or something like that. That was literally the best I could have hoped for.
Yeah, basically, what hurt me in that game was the fact that I wasn't able to get the wizards I was sending to my graveyard back on the field.
Yeah, no, fuck that. Listen, I know threat management, and I know that was something I needed to take care of. I messed up by not.
I mean, really, that all that did was just delay the game.
Yeah.
That's what I wound up doing, because it was basically just I need to draw wizards.
Well, the thing that played to my disadvantage about the Dragons deck was that I was swinging at you, but I couldn't bait you into blocking with Galecaster.
Yeah, because I had to keep Galecaster open. I had to keep at least a couple wizards open, in case you played something I didn't like, so I could bounce it.
Not only that, he didn't have reach. So that played to my disadvantage, because if I could have gotten you to block something, even if I had lost my dragon, I could have dropped Hour of Devastation and it would have been done. But I mistimed some of that stuff. I misplayed some stuff, and I missed a couple of triggers that could have they could have mattered at the end of the game.
Man, we probably just lost half our audience talking about Magic there.
Probably.
But after like the jankiness of my gate control deck working somehow,
yeah,
I want to make a gate based commander deck. See how that goes. I know, we'll see.
As long as you get enough gates for it, that's a big deal. But God knows there have been gates.
I mean, if I was doing a gate control, I would be running 5 colors, so I'd have at least the 10 gates from both of the Guilds of Ravnicas that have come out so far.
There are gates from previous sets too. I don't know if they're reprints.
I don't know.
But
and then I would have I drew in my 10 packs that I got from winning a couple other gates that are not specifically colored based, but they're still gates, and a lot of cards with like gate effects. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be janky.
Probably.
I like some jank. My wizard's jank, and it works somehow. Man, that fucking second game though. We'll talk about that. That was just demolishing you guys.
Oh, that I mean, we didn't have a foot to stand on. I mean, you got mana flooded. We got mana screwed.
That's the like mana flood's a bad thing unless you're playing Windgrace.
Yeah,
Windgrace is not a problem. Like I think that's the biggest difference between Jake's like land based deck and mine is the fact that he still needs the other shit to be able to play.
Yeah.
Because his commander, one is, I think, a bigger drop than Windgrace. I think it's more mana to drop him than Windgrace.
And I didn't know you had Windgrace up to alt. If I knew you had Windgrace up to alt, I could have swung at you and knocked him down and at least given us a couple more turns.
I had cards in my hand that gave my creature reach. I wanted you to do that, so I would have just killed him.
I mean, I would have had 2 creatures.
At the time, you only had 1. At the time when you could have stopped him from alting, you only had 1 creature.
I had 1 dragon, but I had something else I could have swung with too.
So you only had 1. The turn where I bumped Windgrace up to 11, you had 2 creatures, but 1 had Summoning Sickness. You only had 1 that could have attacked, and I would have blocked him, and it would have been.
Yeah, even still.
And then all Jake had was his Thopter, and again, you were trying to get him to block that Thopter, and I was trying to get him to do that too, because it was like. Because then I would have completely wiped your boards instead I had to leave Jake with the Thopter.
Yeah.
Very disappointing.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you're able to get Windgrace alted like by turn 6,
yeah,
this game was kind of done by there. Moving on, what else do I have here? The playoffs happened. Playoffs football, good fucking games. Both
Good
went to
games.
overtime.
When was the last time both games went to overtime? For
The AFC Championship game had only been to overtime either one or two other times ever.
Jesus.
I don't know about the NFC, but I'm pretty sure this is the first time that both championship games went to overtime. Don't quote me on that. I mean, they were good games.
And the first time in a long time, I think, that both the away teams won.
That might be true. I don't know.
Because I know they were saying...
Well, that's because most of the time the Patriots aren't the away team.
Yeah, well, that's true.
And when they've been to the Super Bowl, 9 times since 2001, which was the last time that the Rams went to the playoffs,
Yeah.
where they lost to the Patriots.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good games. I'm glad the Saints lost. I don't like them. I'm not glad Kansas City lost, not because I was rooting for Kansas City, but because I don't like the Patriots.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to give it to Brady, though. He's the SCOAT. Second greatest of all time. Why are you laughing? How many coaches has Brady taken to the Super Bowl?
2.
No.
Oh.
Brady's taking 1 coach to the Super Bowl.
Oh,
Belichick
okay.
his whole career. How many has Peyton taken to the Super Bowl?
I believe you said 4 the other day.
4. He took 4. That's right. He took Dungy. He took whoever was in Indianapolis who took over for Dungy.
I
Don't remember who it was.
Don't remember.
He took John Fox, and he took whoever was the head coach when they won the last time. Unless that was John Fox, and then there was 4 coaches. How many teams has Brady taken to the Super Bowl?
1,
1. That's right. How many has Peyton taken?
2 or 3.
2. He's taken 2. How many Super Bowls has Brady won with another team?
Besides the Patriots?
Yeah, besides the Patriots. How many teams?
0?
How many has Peyton taken besides the Colts?
That I honestly don't know.
He won 1 Super Bowl with Denver.
one.
So there you go. He's the greatest of all time. And Brady's the SCOAT. Peyton go. Brady SCOAT. I'm trademarking that term. There's a trademark on it. I said it in a podcast, so it's official. I don't even think I need to do any paperwork after this. That's how it works, right? But good games. No, Brady's awesome. I mean, I still think there's an argument. Some people don't. 6 rings will just be fucking impressive. I think the Super Bowl will be a good game. I can see it going either way. I mean, just the way that the Rams were not on top of their game, but were still able to come back and make it a game.
Yeah.
I think their defense is definitely better than Kansas City's, so they'll put up a bigger fight, and I think their offense is as good as Kansas City's, and you saw how at the end of the game Kansas City was finally able to get
Kansas
plays
City.
made.
Kansas City
They
was
weren't able to
just
get their playmakers made, but they were
marching
made.
downfield.
But I think that's the thing between the Rams and Kansas City is I think the Rams have more playmakers. I mean, Gurley's fresh because they've basically benched him throughout the playoffs, so he's going to be nice and healthy for the game.
Yep.
Anderson's been playing good football in the intermediate.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Woods is a great receiver. I can't think of any other receivers, but they're good. They're on my fantasy team.
Let's be honest. I can't think of a better running back than Gurley.
Ever, or are you talking about in the league right now?
Definitely in the league right now.
I mean, that's hard to say because Bell didn't play this year, so he'll be fresh next year and good.
Has he gotten nailed down by a team yet?
Rumor has it he's going to Indy.
I mean, honestly, after the beginning of the season, I stopped caring about the Le'Veon Bell.
And I mean, you'll laugh at me, but I mean, Peyton Barber. I mean, if he was in the same situation that a Gurley was, I don't know if he'd be that good, but he would definitely excel.
Yeah.
What's funny is that the two main running backs for the 2 teams in the Super Bowl both went to Georgia. They're both Bulldogs.
Really?
Yeah. Michelle and Gurley both went to Georgia.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Kind of funny. Can I find out comps? But yeah, playoff football was good. I think that's everything that's on here. I have some. Is that just eraser marks, or was I about to write something? I don't know, but that was everything I have there. So that was.
The world may never know.
That's what. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Exclamation points? Question marks? More backlashes.
Yeah, that's what I see. I don't know. I don't know what. I think maybe I started to write something and realized I was in the wrong spot. That's what I think happened, so I just stopped. But I don't know. Moving on to the next thing, and it's time for the return of everyone's favorite segment. The end of the podcast. But no, it's time for Talking Trailers. It's trailer talk time. No? Nothing? I told you that was the official song now.
Normally you go longer with it, so I wasn't.
No, last time we did the segment, I said this is the official time. I'm tired of coming up with
Last
the name
time we
every
did the segment was 2 months ago, Mike.
Still, you should remember. It should be fresh in your brain. That's why we do this. First up, the Far From Home trailer came out.
Looks great.
Looks awesome.
Looks wonderful.
Mysterio looks badass.
I was not sure about Gyllenhaal at first.
I don't know why.
I just I don't know. I like
think about it.
I like him as an actor.
What's Mysterio have on his head?
Giant orb.
Yeah.
Helmet.
What did one of Gyllenhaal's characters used to live in?
I see the connection you're making here.
He was born for this role.
But he looks great in the role. He looks at home in the world.
He looks like Doctor Strange. Beard and all.
No, the weird Sparta armor they've got on him, though, is like...
I mean, that's not that different from how
Roman,
Doctor Strange looked in
No, it's not Sparta
end of the
armor.
movie.
Like Roman centurion fucking chest plate he's got on.
We get it. You've seen Doctor Who. Calm down.
It's not...
Don't tell me that's not what you were thinking when you said that.
We get it. You've seen Doctor Who. Calm down.
Yo, you never talked about how you started watching Doctor Who on this.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
Back before we took a break.
Yeah, but like you've
It should
watched
be.
a shit ton
It
of
should be
Doctor
fresh.
Who by
It
now.
should be fresh in your mind, Mike. It should be fresh in your mind.
Yeah, but like you didn't like really like dive into Doctor Who and shit. Like.
Yeah, but I'm still spotty on stuff. I haven't watched anything contiguous.
You've seen like
yet.
a lot of Tenet. You've seen a lot of Matt Smith now.
Yeah, but I could not put Tenet. I could not put Tenet on a timeline. The Tenet I've seen, I could not put on a timeline.
Well, that's because the timeline was all kind of like timey-wimey,
Matt
wibbly wobbly stuff.
Matt Smith, I could put more precisely on a timeline. But even still, I wouldn't feel too confident with that.
But no, the Far From Home trailer looks sick.
Oh, great!
They ditched like the John Hughes-esque vibes, but they're going like full like road trip movie.
And I definitely agree with you in the fact that I think it's not so much Mysterio doing magic to generate the elementals, so much as him working with the elementals.
I never think that it's him generating it. It's just I'm wondering if like they're actually like maybe this time he actually is just like a fucking magician. I think it'd be a cool thing to go. I don't think that's where they're going, but I also think that would be a cool idea. Like Mysterio, instead of just being a special effects guy, like mastered magic.
I mean, it's that wouldn't surprise me because really it would be kind of a. I don't think comic book sleight of hand Mysterio would transfer well into movies if it's all just smoke and mirrors. And
I can see it going either way.
We have sat here and said that things wouldn't work in movies that they've done in movies and worked fantastically. So
I don't think I ever have. Anything I've said that wouldn't work never's worked.
Venom. We said Venom was gonna be trash.
I still haven't seen it. It might be. The only solid thing that I have
gleaned
from Venom is the Venom song, and that does suck.
Yeah.
So as far as my acquiring of the knowledge of the Venom film, the one thing that I have from it does suck. So I have to go with the rest of the movie sucks. Venom, Venom, Venom.
It's gonna be stuck in my head for the next 2 hours now.
You're welcome. What can I say except you're welcome?
As long as it's not
the
Venom.
The moon and the stars in the sky.
Venom, 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 Venom.
That was from Mulan. Not Moulin Rouge. That's a different musical. Don't get them confused. Did I just say Mulan for fucking...
you did. That's why I'm giving
Judge
you...
me.
That's why I'm giving you that deer in the headlights.
Moana, don't get that confused with Moulin Rouge.
Yeah, I was going to say, like...
Mulan. Have you seen Moulin Rouge?
Moulin Rouge? No, I haven't.
That is good. Ewan McGregor's in it.
Yeah, you know what I sat down and watched the other night that I enjoyed?
Fury.
Well, yeah, but...
we saw Fury. It was good.
Angels and Demons.
I did not really care for
Da Vinci,
Vinci
Code.
Code. Thank you. Not that it was bad. It was just like slow. So I
Yeah.
haven't seen. There's 2 sequels out, right? There's Angels and Demons and another one.
Maybe. I didn't see Da Vinci Code either.
Slow films.
But-
What's the next trailer? The Ghostbusters teaser trailer came out. What are you doing? That was a solid trailer. It was like, oh man, we're going back into this world. They have the actual Ecto run.
No, I'm not. There's just we don't know a lot about it. I mean, we know obviously we know it's gonna involve the original cast, the remaining original cast, hopefully. What?
We'll get to that in a different segment.
Oh,
We're just talking about the trailer in this one.
Oh no.
I thought it was a solid teaser trailer, but also like I don't understand the point of it. It's like, hey, we're making a movie that's coming out in 2020. Ecto 1.
K-Pie.
Um,
And again, honestly, just like I said when we were watching it, if I didn't know that it was a Ghostbusters teaser, I would have been terrified that we were going to see the DeLorean under the sheet.
Again, man, I wouldn't be that upset with the Back to the Future 4. Think about. Oh, ready for a pitch? Michael J. Fox is still Marty, but now Marty's become like the Doc Brown of the franchise.
I don't know if I could get my suspension of disbelief past that.
Why? I can totally see it happening.
Because Marty is kind of just flying by the seat of his pants. He's not...
And Doc Brown's not?
Yeah, but the difference is equivalent to that and the flying of the seat of their pants Rick and flying by the seat of their pants Morty.
Okay, if anything, if we're going to bring Rick and Morty into this, I can see Morty becoming so much more like Rick than I ever could Marty become like Doc Brown.
Oh, 100%. But I'm just saying,
Like, Morty's destined to become fucking Rick by the end of this.
Yeah.
Where were we? Oh yeah, we were talking about Ghostbusters. I didn't have this one on the list because the like story for the trailer didn't come out until last night during the game. That was the Shazam trailer.
Yeah.
Looked fun. It definitely showed off the comedy. I get it. This movie's gonna be funny. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to like the action of the film.
I think it showed off some good action shots.
It looked like the fucking Black Manta. That's the Aquaman villain. That's the Aquaman villain's Black Manta.
Yeah,
It looked like the Black Manta action scenes. I haven't seen Aquaman, but from the trailers, that was always my least favorite part of the trailer. So they showed Black Manta, and I love Black Manta as a character.
I didn't look forward to Aquaman. I haven't seen it. I know it's doing well at the box office, but I've also heard from multiple people that they kind of overdid it with the colorful underwater.
Man, that shit looks fucking cool as hell. In the trailers, I was like, that's the shit that looks cool as hell. That's why I'm excited for this movie. They're doing fucking underwater good. Fuck you, Avatar 2. We're doing it first.
I heard they overdid it to the point of, like, kids' movie redundancy.
I don't know. I just don't know.
I haven't
With
seen
DC in general, that's my biggest problem with this trailer. It's like, I still don't know what you're doing.
it. And I haven't
Is this
seen
in the
it.
Justice League world? I don't know.
And I'm not saying
know.
I'm not saying that Shazam is going to be able to save whatever universe remains of the DC movies, but I'm saying I think it's going to be a good movie. And I don't think it's just going to be a comedy cop-out.
Yeah, but there was a time when I saw some Suicide Squad trailers and was like, hey, I think this would be a good movie.
No, see, that was shot in the ass for me with the Joker.
I don't think Joker was the problem with that movie.
I don't think...
If anything, the lack of Joker was the problem with the movie.
I don't think it was... I don't think Joker was specifically the problem with the movie, but I think it betrayed a sense
The problem was if the character's name wasn't Deadshot or Harley Quinn, you didn't have a fucking character.
Yeah.
You had a caricature.
Yeah.
There you go. And just like a Skybeam, we've had that enough. I need more Skybeam villains. Also, the Jam's just weird.
Give us...
Diablo is cool, but then you kill him off. You kill off the...
See, I want...
There's a lot of problems with that movie, but I don't think the Joker was... I think including the Joker with as little as you use the Joker may have been a problem.
Give us a Lobo villain.
No, Lobo's an anti-hero.
Give us a Lobo movie. Give us...
Man, no.
You know who needs to be a Superman villain already?
Lobo?
No.
Mr. Mixaplix?
no. I would be down for a Grundy movie.
Solomon Grundy's a Batman villain. Get out of here.
He's got some strong interactions with Superman.
Yeah, but he's mostly a Batman villain.
I-
Solomon Grundy, Born on a Monday.
If it gets us out of the goddamn Skybeam villains from fucking Superman.
Also, I don't think Solomon Grundy could carry his own movie.
It would depend. They'd have to set a tone for it, but I think they could do it.
I don't. He's not a carry his own villain. Movie. For show. Superman's villains aren't that great. Let's be real. Batman has good villains. The Flash has good villains.
I'd pitch my other wish for having a villain in a DC movie, but I know it would get immediately crucified, so we're not going to go there either.
Now we got to go there.
No,
we're not moving on until we go
No.
there. Cause you're not gonna.
No.
What's your pitch? Make your pitch.
Make
your pitch. Convince me. If you can convince me, you convince anyone.
They have already fucked up that aspect of the DC universe so bad.
Who the fuck knows what they're doing with the DC universe? The next movie could be a fucking reboot. Just pitch your movie.
I want to see something. I want to see something that doesn't necessarily include Green Lantern. At least initially.
Okay.
I want to see something with a red core. Atrocitus.
Atrocitus is a good villain, but I don't think you can do Atrocitus without a Green Lantern.
Well, even if he's not, okay. Let's say they are keeping what they have of the Justice League. I think that would be bad, but let's say that's
Justice League wasn't that bad of a movie. It was fun.
Let's say that it opens with Atrocitus confronting the Justice League, and then Green Lantern comes in. You know, I don't know.
The whole Red Lantern Corps thing, like, they're like enemies with the. It'd be like doing a Sinestro movie without Green Lantern. The difference is Atrocitus, like, you could do, like, if you made a Sinestro movie, it would have to be Hal Jordan. Atrocitus, you could do any of the Green Lanterns.
Who's the Black Green Lantern? Was that?
That's John
Stewart.
something. John Stewart, yes.
Yeah, I could see a John Stewart Green Lantern fitting well into the Justice League.
I could see a Hal Jordan Green Lantern fitting well into the Justice League.
I just prefer John Stewart. I mean, it's really not. I personally.
I like John Stewart, but I mean, like, Hal Jordan was one of my favorite characters.
Crucify me. I enjoy the Green Lantern movie.
It's bad.
I mean, it's not great.
Real bad.
It's not great.
It's pretty bad.
But I had a fun time with it.
I mean, the whole villain they used and just giant brain cloud.
Yeah, that was not.
But that's part of the movie.
No, I understand that, but as far as the journey, the characters.
No, I don't think like Hal Jordan shit. It looked a bit fake, but that could have been improved with CGI. But I mean, like Ryan Reynolds as Hal Jordan wasn't bad.
No. I'm not saying he was.
It was just the whole second and third act of the movie sucked.
Yeah.
No, I love Hal Jordan. Like,
but even for me in the animated series, it was always shit. Why do I keep wanting to say
it was John Stewart because he was the character in there. But I think Hal Jordan is just a much stronger character. Like, he literally has a stronger will. That's his. No, not arguably. He has the strongest will. That's why he's able to actually build his own Green Lantern ring when the rest of the Corps got wiped out.
That's fair. That's fair.
Hal Jordan is that. Hal Jordan is a great character that I don't think's been fully realized on screen. Not to say John Stewart's a bad character. John Stewart is also a great character. If John Stewart's a really good character, Hal Jordan's always been one of my favorite characters.
If they're going to make a long-term run and throw Green Lantern into the DC universe, start with John Stewart. Second Justice League movie comes around, the Green Lantern Corps gets wrapped, then you bring Hal Jordan in. Give John Stewart his own arc.
I just think you want to put your best foot forward. You put Hal Jordan in there. Because here's the difference, that Hal Jordan has a story potential to later be a villain. Like, at one point, Hal Jordan gets consumed by fear, and he becomes
Like Sinestro.
no, not Sinestro, like the actual embodiment of fear takes control of him.
Okay.
And I can't remember what the name of the character was. It starts with a P, but like he becomes like a
Parallaxis or something like that.
Something like that.
Wasn't that the name of the villain in Ryan
the
Reynolds'
cloud
Green Lantern?
the cloud thing? Yes, was that?
Yeah.
I mean, but like he, and then like he has like a whole like redemption arc after that. There's just so much to do with Hal Jordan, and I think the thing is like if you introduce Jon Stewart, the only logical way to introduce Hal Jordan would be for him to come in as the villain later, and then you're not getting the backstory. Where if you introduce Hal Jordan at the beginning, he could then go away. You introduce Jon Stewart, then Hal Jordan comes back, and then you get the more emotional connection.
See, I don't know and that's the other thing too.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't
the
know.
reason you don't connect to Hal Jordan, the reason you're pushing towards Jon Stewart, is because Jon Stewart was the one in the animated series, and Hal Jordan has not been done correctly on screen.
I don't know the chronology of the Green Lantern either. I don't know if Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan fall in the same timeline. I don't know if those are two different universes.
Any Green Lantern you know exists in the same timeline.
Okay.
Hal Jordan was a Green Lantern before Jon Stewart. There's Kyle Rayner's also a Green Lantern. I can't think of the meathead dude's Green Lantern. But if you're going to put a Green Lantern there, you either have just Hal Jordan or you have Hal Jordan and others. Because again, like.
All right, so
Hal Jordan is just a great character.
So Hal Jordan comes in.
It's kind of like the argument, like where people like Wally more than Barry. I think like Barry just has a better emotional connection than Wally has.
No, I mean I would attest to that because I don't know Barry.
The Justice League Flash, even though he was Wally, also had a lot of the aspects of Barry's character in there. Yeah. I don't know. It just, Barry and Hal are two of my favorite characters.
So all right. Theoretically,
yeah.
Second Justice League movie, bring in Hal Jordan.
Let's even believe. I don't even believe there's going to be a second.
No, I don't either. Which is why we'll open with theoretically.
All right.
Maybe a standalone movie somewhere in the universe. Have him do a couple of pop-ins. If we're copying the Marvel formula directly, have him do a couple of pop-ins on other people's movies, post Justice League or Justice League reboot or Justice League 2, however they want to do it. The next
I don't see a Hal Jordan as like a popping character. What I think could be done cool, like let's say you have Hal Jordan in like the next Justice League. Have other Green Lanterns pop up in other movies. Build up to a Justice League core movie.
I got you. And then Green Lanterns. Well, something happens. Hal Jordan steps away from the superhero life. Bring in Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart goes along. Another Justice League-esque conflict. Green Lantern Corps gets wiped out, and then Hal Jordan comes back.
I mean, I don't know if that's the storyline you want to go with. I'm just saying, like, the best Green Lantern is Hal Jordan. If you're going to have Green Lantern, put the best Green Lantern there. And then what you want to do afterwards.
Again, just Atrocitus would make for a good villain, and I think that the Red Corps could carry their own movie.
What's he called? Parallax? Or do you have a separate name?
Yeah, Parallax.
Yeah, but I thought like when Hal Jordan was possessed by Parallax, he had a different name.
Another unpopular opinion with the DC Universe, I'd enjoy the hell out of Martian Manhunter being involved.
Why is that an unpopular opinion? Martian Manhunter's awesome.
I don't know. I've told people Martian Manhunter would make for a good movie, and a lot of people have told me I'm wrong.
Yeah, but he was. The name Parallax comes from when he was possessed. Okay. Double checking. But Parallax is also named from the embodiment of fear.
And I know we're getting away from Skybeam villains. Brainiac?
Brainiac's not a Skybeam villain. Brainiac's I'll destroy your entire you say the word I'm trying to say right now. You know the fucking word. Infrastructure. Thank you. Ugh, tongue not work. I don't know. Brainiac's a great villain. Brainiac can go in there. Again, I just...
have they done Darkseid?
I don't think again, I don't think Hal Jordan needs to be in an Atrocitus movie, but I think Hal Jordan should be introduced before other Green Lanterns, unless it's a movie set in space and it's just about like other Green Lanterns,
Yeah.
like a Guardians-esque movie.
Yeah.
But I don't think Atrocitus should. I don't think Atrocitus should face the Justice League until a Hal Jordan has been introduced.
No,
Well,
yeah, and I don't think a Guardians-esque Green Lantern movie. I don't think it would work.
it would for sure fucking work. You fucking James Gunn behind that shit.
With James Gunn behind it, I could see it.
There's a lot of fun Green Lanterns. It could be a really good movie. It could work. Moving on to the next trailer, as we're finally done talking about DC and doing whatever the opposite of sucking their dick is. Is the Nancy Drew trailer starring that girl from It.
Looks
That's what I'll
good.
call her because I don't know her name.
Looks like it's
way
gonna
better
be-
than it has any right to be.
Yeah,
What I gotta
yeah.
say, it piqued my interest. I only watched the trailer because she was in it. I was like, that looks like it could be good.
Looks like it could be a really fun adventure. I
Looks like a really fun, like for the whole family type thing.
the way she captures the character essence was really. There was some quips she had in there that just felt
Yep.
spot on.
It
the money.
looked like it was both, like the Nancy Drew that you remember, but then also modernized at the same time.
Without like cornballing
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? Like, what's the word? Making a spectacle of the modernization aspect of things. You know?
Yeah, just it looked natural.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
So good trailer. Next up, John Wick 3 trailer came out. Oh my fucking god, these movies are great. This one looks great. John Wick's totally dying at the end of this, but I am excited for it. Keanu Reeves kicking ass. Same way he has since like the 1500s, whenever that vampire got born.
Yeah.
'Cause I am excited for the movie.
No, he's a great action film actor.
I don't know.
Um,
Read that later. Continue talking. I'm just looking at.
he is a great action film actor.
He's a great actor when he wants to be.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything he did that was bad though.
Not a single thing.
Are you saying Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure is bad?
No, I'm not.
Okay, what are you saying that's bad then?
What did I call him earlier?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was in Dracula.
Yeah.
He was in that.
That whole movie was bad though. That wasn't.
It's not bad. It's just weird as fuck.
It was weird. Was he a
Weird.
main character in that?
Yeah, he's the love interest.
Oh.
The one that's not. What's Commissioner Gordon's name?
Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman. Yeah, who played Dracula. Bram Stoker's the Dracula.
Yeah, I fucking blocked that movie.
The
out.
final trailer is the Power Rangers Battle for the Grid trailer. New fighting game with Power Rangers.
For a $20
Jason David Franks in the game.
for a $20
Commercial.
$20 game, it looks all right.
It looks fun. It's a fighting game with Power Rangers. Power Rangers are cool. You get to play the Green Ranger. That sold me enough. The Green Ranger's the best. It's like, in fact, it could just be different iterations of the Green Ranger. I would still pay the $20 to play this game. That's it for talking trailers. Trailer talk time. Yeah. The Yaz improv.
Yeah.
All right, so now it's time for the next segment, because we do segments now on this podcast, apparently. I just realized that's a thing when I went through all this. And it's time for good news and bad news,
Okay. all right.
where there's a setup, which is either good or bad news, and there's a joke, which is either the opposite. That's normally how this works.
Good or bad. Jokes can be good or bad.
The jokes are always good. They're always great. Rob helped with some of these, so his reactions might be fake. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see how his acting skills are. We want. No, I'm not gonna make that joke. That's racist in this scenario.
Is this where I over the top? Is this where I over the top ham it on the jokes that I made, so I get my credit due?
I don't know if any of the natural jokes you made it in. There's adapted versions.
You
of the
definitely
jokes.
used some of mine as a jumping off point, though. I was not sharp last night. I felt fucking sick.
All right. So first off, and as the part where I read these and try to figure out which one's the joke, which one's the news story, happens sometime. All right. First up, we're gonna talk about Dragon Ball Brawly.
Yeah.
Great film.
Oh yeah,
I assume. I
Heard it
haven't
was
seen
good.
it. I was
I
going to
haven't
see
seen
it today, but I had to do this.
makes it sound like a chore. Oh,
It came out and it made $20 million in the first 5 days.
is it a limited release?
It's a limited release. It's only showing in like 2,000 theaters or some shit like that. It's a smaller number of theaters, whatever it is.
That's a crazy good
it made
number then.
10 million over the weekend. It placed third. It's
Yeah.
really good for it. So that's the good news.
On a limited release, that's wonderful.
Like, I got some bad news, man.
What's that?
I know this is gonna hurt you personally, but because of how good this movie did, like the odds of that Dragon Ball Evolution sequel, it's not looking good, man. I don't think it's gonna happen. I mean, with this animated film made more money than it, because in its entire release, entire release, Dragon Ball Evolution made 9 million.
I just placed Dragon Ball Evolution as the live action one. No, last night when you said it, that didn't register.
No?
Okay. No, because there's so much Dragon Ball I have missed. So I just filed it away as something that I hadn't. I forgot there was a live at. Block that out too. Whew.
Yeah. So if you were out there hoping for that sequel, I'm sorry. It's just get rid of that hope.
If you're out there hoping for that sequel, seek help.
Here's some opinions. Take them. Yours are bad.
Yeah.
All right. Next up.
Read a book. Find some culture.
All right, so I got some bad news, especially if you're a fan of Rockstar. You know, there's some legal trouble coming up.
Yeah.
The Pinkertons.
Oh, not the energy drink.
The Pinkertons are suing Take-Two for the use of their likeness in the game.
The Pinkertons are that old?
Yeah, man, the Pinkertons have been around for hundreds of years.
The people suing them specifically today were alive during the time of
they were.
The same individuals.
The same individuals.
Vampires in the Wild West.
But there's some good news, you know, if you have hope for Rockstar out there.
You've heard of Cowboys and Aliens. Now get ready for Cowboys and Vampires.
Cowboys and Pinkertons.
Cowboys and Pinkertons.
Trademark. But there's some good news, you know, there's hope out there for Rockstar, because the Pinkertons have about much a chance of winning this lawsuit as they did at finding Jack the Ripper.
No!
They didn't find him.
Gut shot.
They tried. It didn't
shot.
happen. And they ain't gonna win this case either. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, there's no way.
That joke took a while to write. I didn't know where to go with it. And then I did. I found it. Rob's suggestion, we'll give some inside trading knowledge here. Rob wanted to go with a type of musician that would also sue for trademark. I thought that was good, but then I thought of the Jack the Ripper thing, and I was like, that's gold.
Yeah, mine didn't land as well. Like I said, I was not.
It landed eventually. It took you like 6 tries.
And
by the time you got to the one that landed, I was like, but the Jack the Ripper thing, though.
I felt so goddamn sick last night, dude. The fact that I was able to form sentences was just miraculous. I was on the toilet more than I was doing anything else last night.
Alright, so I've got some good news if you're a fan of Fortnite. That's that Netflix thinks that you're their main competition. Netflix like, hey, that Fortnite, man, they're taking people away from our viewership. So I guess that's good news, you know, if you like Fortnite, you know, it's like you're compared to Netflix. That's always a good thing.
Okay.
There's some bad news though, is that Netflix, that's not your problem, bro. Your problem is that, you know, there's 6 people using the one account. Doesn't matter how many people play Fortnite when 2/3 of your viewer base aren't paying for it already. Hey Rob,
what's that?
Got some good news for you.
Okay.
You like video games, right?
Yeah.
You like Dragon Ball Z, right?
Yeah.
Well, there is a new Dragon Ball action RPG in the works that got announced this week.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That has literally nothing else is known about it, but there's a new. They're calling it an action RPG.
Any chance it would tie in with
Xenoverse?
Yeah, well, that would
I don't know.
I don't see. I don't think it would be wise for them to do another Xenoverse, because the story for Xenoverse 2 already felt kind of.
I never finished it. I played like a little bit.
Played out.
Because by the time I got it for Switch, I think if I would have got it for console, I would have played it more. Did
you play Xenoverse 1?
Yeah, I played through all Xenoverse.
Okay, Xenoverse 2's story consisted of doing what you did in Xenoverse 1 to the rest of the Dragon Ball arcs into Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1's story. And then some of the other arcs, too.
They got too meta with it?
It was basically the episode of Family Guy when Brian and Stewie port back to the same place like 50 times, and they're like 50 Stewies and Brian. Yeah, another game would lead to that, is what I'm saying. Yeah,
so the good news we got there is that this game's in the works. Will probably be good. But I got some bad news.
What's that?
So it's just, I know nothing about the game, right?
Yeah.
That means that there could be a chance that this is based on Dragon Ball Evolution.
No, there's
Just have that thought. They could be making a Dragon Ball Evolution RPG right now. That's some bad news.
Future. There's no way.
But what if it is?
Nobody in their right mind.
I bet there's at least one person out there who enjoyed Dragon Ball Evolution.
Nobody in there would okay that. The one person who enjoyed Dragon Ball Evolution is somebody who would go and see it, then 2 weeks later connect it to the anime they'd never seen and think that the Japanese are stealing our ideas. They probably wear a red hat. No? Okay. Too real? Alright. What?
Nothing.
It was a MAGA hat.
I knew where you were going.
Right.
I got there. I just wasn't joining you there. You know what I mean? Alright, I got some bad news for fans of video game content on the internet.
Yeah.
Machinima's whole catalog got deleted.
Jesus.
They made that merger, all the videos gone.
Who did they merge with?
They merged with the company that's connected to Full Screen, so technically they're part of the Rooster Teeth family-ish now or something.
Okay.
They also let a lot of their creators go, but the whole back catalog.
Rooster Teeth is just quickly becoming the Disney of YouTube.
Well, Rooster Teeth's owned by Full Screen, so Full Screen should be the one who becomes Disney. Yeah, all those videos, all of Funhouse's old content would be included in that because they used to work for Machinima.
Yeah.
But there's a bright side of this.
Yeah.
No one's even watched Machinima in 6 years.
Yeah.
What's it matter?
I can't even remember the last time I turned on a Machinima video. You know what I can remember though? The last time my bladder felt like it was going to explode.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you making a run for it?
I'm making a run for it.
All right. Vampa, man.
Come on, demonstrate some of that awesome improv skill you've got, Mike.
I need to improv off someone. What's going on? What's new, guys? I have to bowl later, so I gotta get this podcast done soonish. Probably go maybe 30-ish minutes more, maybe. I don't know. We'll see when I can get out of here. What's up? Listening to a lot of music this year. Trying to get back into music. Guys heard that Sawed Off Shotgun song? It's pretty good. Do the chorus right now if you want. I don't know what you're saying back. That's not how this works. It doesn't work in Dora either. Just to let you know. When Dora's talking to you and you're supposed to talk back, she doesn't hear you. There's a Robot Chicken joke about that. That's probably better than one I'm going to make, so I'm just not going to try. I'm going to sing the chorus of Sawed Off Shotgun, waste some time. But now I feel pressure. I'm getting that same reason I do karaoke. It's that same pressure, so now I'm not sure if I'm going to do it. We'll decide. We'll see what happens. Oh, I want to, but now I feel like it's going to be bad. I've lost my falsetto recently because I've been sick and it hasn't come back yet, which really bums me out because I like that falsetto. Not that I use it all the time, but just being able to lean on that sometimes is helpful. Oh, yeah, I'll try it, I guess. It's gonna be awkward transition, I guess, to the song. But, yeah, they sent the text, man. I lost my job and you got hooked on oxycodone. Shut the lights off, they took the car and sing it up.
I don't know that one yet. I haven't listened to it enough.
It's the name of the song. You know it's called Sawed Off Shotgun. I bought a Sawed Off Shotgun. Then they do it again. It's yeah. I did a little bit of improv.
Oh, okay.
I told them, I told them how in Dora they can't actually hear you and I can't either.
Yeah.
So but yeah, I had interactions. Next up,
right.
I got some bad news.
Right.
That Pinocchio movie, live action one. They lost the director again.
I didn't even know they were doing a live action Pinocchio.
Yeah. Someone was attached to it originally. Someone was attached to it, and then the Paddington 2 director was attached to it, and now he's gone. There's some good news. Some bright side to this.
Okay.
This same week, even though Pinocchio doesn't get to be a real movie, Olaf gets to be a real boy.
What?
Because Josh Gad is going to be Hunchback in the Hunchback of Notre Dame movie.
Oh.
That's a joke I told him yesterday, and he seemed so fucking lost.
Wow, I was trying to sell it, you bitch.
Were you? That was you selling it? You just looking bewildered?
Let's be honest, as far as they're concerned, I'm bewildered all the time.
You are, right?
Sure.
Oh, this is a bad joke. This is a bad joke. It's a bad joke. I'm gonna do it, but it's a bad joke. And if you laugh, I'll judge you. So, good news, Rob. And it's that in the Matt Reeves Batman movie, which is still apparently happening, who knows? The rumor is that Penguin's going to be one of the main villains. Penguin is his time in the light of day.
Okay.
But there's some bad news.
What's that?
It's stupid. Don't. It's just you know, it makes me wonder if Affleck is going to shit or get off the Cobblepot. You know, is he gonna be in this? Is Ben Affleck's Batman gonna be in this? It just makes me wonder if he's going to shit or get off the Cobblepot. Get it?
I get it.
Because Oswald Cobblepot is Penguin.
Yep. No, I'm unfortunately with you.
There's some good news, Rob. Some good news.
That was the worst. That was the worst joke of the segment.
Nope.
Oh God.
It might be actually. It might be. If you don't like puns, then that was probably the worst one. But those Disney Plus Marvel shows, they're rumored to have $100 million budget. They're gonna look good.
Damn, yeah.
They're gonna be good. You got Loki in there. Probably he's getting all the money for it. But
I hope so.
But there's probably some bad news from this. You know, that money probably came from canceling Deadpool 3. Because all them be canceled now.
No.
And Gambit. X-Force.
I mean, okay, listen, Gambit, I'm
They're
not.
gone like
I'm
a
not.
freight train, gone like yesterday, gone like that singer from Montgomery Gentry.
Wow, that's a fucked up joke.
Yeah.
With that aside, I'm not upset about them canceling Gambit. Them canceling Deadpool 3 and X-Force, though, hurts. But, you know, they say they're going to cancel all this stuff. I'm sure they have to bring it back into their own... You know, it's probably...
You can't be sure of anything these days.
I don't know. If the desire for it is there, Disney's not one to completely just turn away from the opportunity to make money. They've got to bring it into their office, so to speak, and give tweak it.
I mean, I'm sure X-Men will happen eventually. I just don't know if we're ever going to get a Ryan Reynolds Deadpool movie again.
All right.
Not officially, anyways.
Not officially.
when Ryan Reynolds comes out with Not Alive Spa.
when Ryan Reynolds starts a GoFundMe to buy the rights for Deadpool back out from under Disney.
I can see it.
I could see it. I could see it getting funded. That's the saddest part.
Some good news if you're a fan of Mission Impossible.
All right.
Christopher McQuarrie's confirmed that he's going to return for Mission Impossible 7 and 8. He shot back to back.
Damn, they got 2 more movies planned?
Yeah. Bro, those movies make bank.
No,
I mean, Tom Cruise is definitely going to kill himself on one of these sets, but
I don't have a problem with. I enjoy the Mission.
He's going to shoot himself into space at the end of the 8th one.
I enjoy the Mission. I enjoy the Mission Impossible movies and all that. I just didn't know they had that many more planned out.
Oh yeah. 2 more. Christopher McQuarrie's come back. He directed the last 2. Mm-hmm. There's probably some bad news from this.
What's that?
They're going to have some more generic-ass titles, so you're never going to be able to tell which one's which. Like Ghost Protocol, Rogue Nation, whatever the last one was called I was trying to think of.
I've seen Ghost Protocol and Rogue Nation, and I could not identify them with their
Ghost
title.
Protocol's the 4th one. It starts with the dude from Lost at the beginning that dies.
Is that the one where they're in the parking garage? Like the final scene is them in the parking garage?
Maybe, I don't know. Generic-ass titles.
Ghost Protocol was the one with the sandstorm? Was that the one when they were up in the skyscraper in Dubai?
Yeah, Dubai is Ghost Protocol.
Okay, then maybe I could.
Alright, so good news. Good news. If you're a fan of Booster Gold,
Sure.
Booster Gold, the time-traveling superhero, comes back. His dad's Rip Hunter. Alright, Booster Gold
These are all names.
Is supposedly in the Blue Beetle movie. Which is happening. They're making a Blue Beetle movie.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, who knows? It's Warner. Who knows? But and this might be considered the worst joke of this, but it's also our obligatory required shout out. for the segment, and that's the bad news is that the money going to the Blue Beetle movie, that probably takes away from the funds for the King Arthur sequel that we're still waiting on. King Arthur: Legend of the Sword. Guy Ritchie.
I didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming.
I had to get it in there somehow.
Yep.
It got there.
Yep.
So some good news if you're glad that companies that screw you over are getting screwed. GameStop could be acquired by another company within the month.
Okay.
That could be considered good news. Bad news for GameStop itself, though. Their whole company was only valued at $8.
Who's buying them out?
There's apparently 2 companies interested. Hasn't come to. I haven't done enough research, but like in this story I read, that didn't specify what the 2 companies were, but there were 2 different companies involved in bidding for them.
Oh, all right. Well,
I'll skip
enjoy your
that one.
$8.
All right, here we go. Here's what you've been waiting for. So, good news. Jason Reitman, he's directing a new Ghostbusters set in the original universe. That's good news, right? It's in the original universe. It's confirmed. It's going to be in that universe.
Mm-hmm. Hurt me.
Bad news. It's not an all-female reboot this time. It's all teenagers. It's a teenager 12 to 13 range. Is the supposed thing of the cast. There are chances the original cast may return for cameos, but the main group is the teenagers.
Okay. All right. As long as Bill Murray is the driver.
If Bill Murray were to come back, he would have to play like his character.
He could be one of the teenagers' fathers.
I mean, he could be, but then like why would he?
And also the driver of the Ecto-1. Think about it. Bill Murray is some fucked up psycho ghost hunting soccer mom.
Yeah, but he would still have to be. I can't think of his characters from the movie, but he would still have to be like.
Yeah.
I don't think his character would be that.
I think his
Dan Aykroyd's character. He'd be the dad.
No.
That'd be the way to go. Next up.
What about Raymond? Oh, wait.
So, bad news. The open world Star Wars game, it got canceled again. The one that was already canceled, it got re-canceled. It got super canceled because it got even more canceled, I guess would be the way to say it. But, I mean, there's slightly good news from this, There's slightly good news. And that's that Gary Whitta, famed writer of Rogue One, has come out and said, hey, take this fucking license away from EA. They suck. So maybe it'll happen. Obviously, Gary Whitta is a co-host on Games Daily, done by Kinda Funny.
Was that
what
the open world was going to be like Rogue One?
No, this is the one that was the Amy Hennig one. That looked like it was about like some Han Solo-esque character.
Oh, okay.
That's what the little bit we knew about it was, and then that got pulled from her and moved to Visceral, and then it got canceled. I don't know. EA can lose the license. Apparently, there's a smaller game. The reason they canceled this one is to rush a smaller game out sooner. But I just don't care. I just don't care at this point. I've given up hope of a good Star Wars.
Well, EA just fucks everything up.
Got a bad news. If you're a fan of The Office, Steve Carell still has not agreed to reboot.
He's not going to.
It's very sad.
He's
But I got some good news. If you're a fan of The Office, Steve Carell, and it's that they're teaming up to make a comedy. That's going to be based on the Space Force. Space Force comedy from The Office creators starring Steve Carell.
That's going to be great.
Yes, it will be. Yes, it will. Maybe you find out that it is tied to The Office, and that's just what Michael Scott did when he joined the Space Force. All right. Here's the one that you had the biggest input on because I didn't know how to make a joke about this because the whole story it's kind of a joke.
Yeah.
Good news, if you hate yourself, Kevin Hart's is starring in a live-action Monopoly movie based on the board game Monopoly. Yay? Question mark.
I'm calling it right now. What was the name of that movie with? Oh, Jesus. The wrestler Austin. Steve Austin?
Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Stone Cold Steve Austin. What was the movie with Stone Cold Steve Austin? I think it was literally just called The Island. Where it was like
where all like they were all like death sentence people.
Yeah, and they had to fight for their freedom or whatever. All right, so this movie is going to be just like that, except they're on an island that's got a big Monopoly board on it. The Rock's gonna be in it because it'll be a jungle movie.
Oh,
And
yeah,
we know
yeah,
The
yes.
Rock loves jungle movies.
I mean, if there's a jungle in a movie, he'll be there.
Yeah.
Even if he's just playing a tree, he'll be.
Yep. And then they'll make a sequel called Sorry. Stop me.
That's a good joke. I like that trade.
Stop me.
The way I went with this joke, this news, is bad news. Bad news. I got some bad news for you. Obviously, in the game, there are many different colored spaces. Boardwalk being the most expensive. Then there's the brown spaces, which are the least expensive.
Yeah.
The ship properties.
Yeah.
And I've been told from sources that these are going to be represented by the Emoji Movie and Dragon Ball Evolution in this movie. Representing the brown spaces in the live action Monopoly movie.
Oh, that's great.
Thank you. All right, it's time for a final story, but I don't got good news this time.
You got bad news?
No, I got sad news.
Sad news bears?
Sad news. The director of Toy Story 3 and the director of Coco has left Pixar after 25 years.
Damn.
That's sad. There's also some bad news to go along with that.
What?
Based on his films, the family life he's going back to is probably pretty sad too. He's just gonna go back to his family and be like, "Remember me?" They'll be like,
You
"No, we
got
don't.
a
Who are you?"
friend.
And that is it for good news, bad news. Good news, bad news is now done.
Ma, this thing looks like fucking grandma. What is it?
You did not do your game.
I did not.
You did not set up for it.
I did not.
It's good because as I told the people while you were gone, I got both in a relatively short amount of time. Just gotta wrap this up. I do have a dumb news story.
Yep.
Though Tiddly is on here, and I'm not gonna do the normal thing where I try to lead you to it.
You're just
get
gonna
to it.
lay it
I'm
on
just gonna
me?
lay it on you. You may have heard that Soulja Boy, a former famous person.
Yeah.
I don't know what he is now. Former famous person was making fake, I believe it's PS4.
It was
consoles,
like
something
yeah,
like
it was yeah.
And then that all got shut down because people were like, the fuck you doing, Soulja Boy?
Yeah.
He has not learned his lesson. He is now making a rip-off console of the PlayStation Vita. And I just gotta stop here for a second and to quote Amy and Seth, "Really, Soulja Boy? You're gonna rip off the PlayStation Vita, a console that didn't sell, when you couldn't even get the PlayStation 4, the biggest selling console of all time, a fake version of that, to sell? Fuck you doing, Soulja Boy?"
You're literally ripping off the B-list, C-list, maybe even D-list of video game consoles. That'd be like, hey, you know what? We're gonna clone Jameis Winston and throw him in as the next quarterback for the Pats when he grows up. And we really.
That'd be like looking through all the Hollywood movies of all time. And be like, you know what? I want to make a cheap version of this movie. Like how they make all those like cheap Thors.
Yeah.
And then picking Dragon Ball Evolution and ripping off Dragon Ball Evolution. You know what's gonna happen? You're gonna wind up making a better Dragon Ball movie.
That'd be like saying, you know what? I want to make a live action movie. Disney's doing it, so I'm gonna do it too. I'm gonna make a live action movie out of a beloved animated classic, and then making a live action emoji movie. You stupid son of a bitch.
That'd be like saying, hey, I want to rip off a terrible band. They choose, you choose No Doubt, right? I'll be like, hey, I'll make a terrible ska band, and you come out with Real Big Fish. What are you doing? But don't worry, Scott will come back, right? Scott make a comeback.
What year do you think it is?
1996, right? Scott's back. All right, guys. This has been the Internet Scholars Podcast.
Rob,
Mike, be good out there.
be good.
Stop it. You gotta hit the button. I was gonna hit on mine, but we haven't done that in a long time. I don't know why I would reach to stop it. Bye, guys. See ya. Still waving bye. Still recording.